Okay, so it's the 16th of September, it's Wednesday, it's FOMC day, and the rollover day. So, plans for yesterday, scenarios I had for yesterday. That was the open, I had scenario 1. Open at around 3,400, century figure, down to slightly inside the range, up to the value area high. And then take out the overnight high at 06. Pull back and tackle the double top at 14. That was my scenario 1 yesterday. Scenario 2. Yesterday I had a open test higher to the double top at 14. Or slightly lower. To that high volume node here. Around 10. And then go back down to the high of previous day. Bounce. And continue down to the low volume node at 80. Around here. This low volume node there. Okay. That was scenario 2 for yesterday. What played out we opened and tested higher. Went down to below the mid where I shorted and I had to cover. That was my scenario 2 trading. We had a failed auction, one tick lower with a negative delta and then held sideways, continued lower, failed to reach the previous day range, went all the way up to the other side, which is like two-sided trading, balanced trading, reversion to the mean type of trading, sell the extremes, buy the extremes, back to the VPOC or mid, that kind of trade that lasted until almost 1 o'clock. And then there was a sell-off. I had another trade here, tried to sell, sold. After the test of the mid, after the extension of the range, and that also had to be covered. And then at around 12:30, we had a negative delta, turn in the delta here, as you can see, and a sell-off which initially tackled the previous day range and then the previous day VPOC, then the LVN, Let's move my scenario 2 to the LVN at 80 and then back up to the mid and IB low where it closed. So that was what played out versus what I had planned. Alright, okay. So now let's clean that up and do today's scenario. This drawing, this trend line chart, had these trend lines drawn yesterday on it, and as you can see, this is the day. Oh, sorry. This is the day session here, starts here and closes up here. And this is the overnight session. As you can see, the trend line has actually worked as a support. We've tackled the double top here at 14. Breached it by a bit, and we're now down back to the IB high from the day session yesterday. There's a prominent LVN right here at 1570, 15 all. So we tested the LVN and the double top, and now we're falling back down. You can see that here on the overnight chart. There's tackle at 14 for the double top. There is the pullback down to the IB, and then the test of the LVN, which is falling back down. And I'm expecting it to test the overnight mid or the VWAP. So, scenarios for today. Scenario 1. For the 16th, FOMC day today. Scenario 1. I have in blue. So we open around 410, 408. Which is right on top of yesterday's range, daily range, yesterday high. So I expect it to test lower to the overnight mid at around 02, 400, 175 to find its base and extend higher to the LVN again, to the overnight high, and then to 25. Stalk zone and the HVN area. 25 is this area here. That's 25. HVN, VPOC close, higher the range. So that's my scenario 1. There's a lot of liquidity at 35, standing liquidity on Bookmap at 35. So if we go higher, I'm expecting that 35 to be checked. Tested 35. So okay, scenario 1, scenario 2 in green. I'm expecting, see we're opening on the overnight VPOC, right on top of it. So I'm expecting a choppy open and then test higher. Take out the overnight high a little bit, which is at 18 quarter, so let's say to 19 or 20. Test higher, which is about 10 points of counter rotation, and drop lower, test the VPOC at 0.5. Test the MC VPOC of the whole of the area, which is this one here. Most traded price from the last few days at around 402. Test that. Test the VPOC previous day VPOC, this one. Test that one. And extend the range from, to give us a daily range of around 30 points. If we test 420, take us down to 390, which is this LVN. Or even the high of today's back. 92, this one, this high. The high of the daily range. So that's my scenario 2. Given it's FOMC day, which is at the 2 or later in the day. That's at 1 o'clock Chicago time. The trade is expected to be choppy and slow throughout most of the day. At FOMC, they have violent moves. So if we draw that, we have this choppy trade, come FOMC. We can explore higher at 35. I'll test lower. Take out the overnight low at 85. So that's my scenario 3. And that is all.